So when I'm out taking photos outside, sometimes I'll just take a flashlight with me and take photos like with the flashlight light, because I found out that you will burn out your phone if you just keep taking flash photos all the time. I think it's important to not put limits on things, like not doing something because it seems cliche or something, because whatever you do, you will have your own take on it, like regardless of like what it is. Like I always try to like force a figure in a painting, and it never really panned out the way I wanted, because that just like isn't what I actually wanted to do. I just thought it's what I had to do. And there is no really like right or wrong way to do things, and I feel like that's helped me like come to where I'm at like right now. So usually when on my first layer, I'll do like a big wash of color, and then I'll still like paint in between the shapes, and then I'll like block out the spaces around like flowers or leaves with like a solid color, and then on top of that I'll like define the spaces that I left open, and then after that I define the spaces I blocked out. In my newer works, I've been able to like let in a different kind of light and use like the thread painting as kind of like an underpainting in sort of a way. And instead of like most of my pieces being like night scenes, because that's how I would like let that kind of light shine through a little bit from the canvas, I've been just using like a solid color to like block out spaces around like flowers or leaves. Because I used to just use night photos because it was easier to like have an actual like boundary of like the shapes easier, because it's like a more stark contrast to like separate the shapes from the background. And lately I've just been working with like day pictures where it doesn't really separate that out, which is a little bit more complicated then, because then I have to just like block out the stuff around in my head. But then I don't have to be out at night with a flashlight all the time. And the best thing about plants is there's really like no wrong way to like have a plant, because it still feels organic, and as long as you don't like force it too hard, it'll generally like work itself out. I always felt like I needed a reason for like why I painted things, and then I realized that just liking to do something is reason enough. I really like the largest piece in the show, Midnight Garden, because I like that kind of like spooky feeling it gives, that like kind of like creepy, but not quite creepy. It's like a horror movie that's not too scary.
Like PG. That's good.
And I like having that contrast too, like having some paintings that feel kind of like magical and like light and airy, and ones that are kind of more at night, like kind of like a little spooky, like kind of like I don't know, kind of more vulnerable feeling.